And Misters, Bunions, and Blisters, like to welcome you to the garage home, to the worldwide mechanics. I'm your lead mechanic, Mike Rashawn. As always, do me a solid. Now we give it up. Hit the likes, hit the hype, hit the sub. That's the fastest way to show you boy love. Part of my tardiness today was really trying to get Gap back on this live. Y'all had a good time last time he was here. I wanted to bring my bro back up. He's live on his channel right now, but I couldn't figure he couldn't figure out we couldn't figure out how to make it happen. But if we can get him, we'll get him. In the meantime, in between time, this conversation will not end. Dwayne Walden, what up? This conversation will not go away, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think the conversation needs to stick around for as long as the conversation needs to stick around until we can get um like some kind of closure on it, until everything is cleared up. Just left Gat Live. Yeah, we were trying, bro. We were trying. We got to figure it out. Next time we'll make that happen. Because I want to go live from his channel. He's been over here. He's extended me an invitation to go live from his channel. I want to make that happen. One time for just. You already know before I get started. As soon as this weather clear up, I'm in the building. I mean, I already got the list. Soon as this weather clears up, I'm in the building. I'm just not risking taking anything in the rain, like at all. But as soon as this clears up, I'm in the building. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. This is about to be fire. Shout out to just. Shout out to all the mechanics pulling up. Again, this conversation as far as Spesh, Jada, and Kiss won't let up. I only have the MC perspective. I only have the writer's perspective. Oh, D Dep, yeah, salute, welcome back, welcome back. It's been a minute, but welcome back. We still here, thankfully, on the other side of the internet where you left us. We still here. CJ, what up? Rubio, what up? I'm assuming. Can't be here for two. Well, then give me your opinion real quick, man. Like, I think this opinion, you idiot. I think this conversation needs to continue. Golden chicken nugget. I hunt people like you, bro. Get help. Or sis, get help. Whatever you are, get help. Get help. That's nothing to say. Get help. You watch too many movies now. Three judges, Rakim, Kane, Cool G Rap. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Um, Kathy, what's up? Thank you for you're new here, so let me just give you a quick rundown. We talk hip hop around these parts. If you're down with that, then you're in the right place. Long story short. Um, okay, there we go. What is that? Oh, Kathy, no, this isn't a beginner's course. If you don't know what hip hop is, you've stumbled into the wrong restaurant. This is not a beginner's course. Oh, okay, there you go. So you said okay, thank you. Yeah, we can't tell you what hip hop is. Like, okay, not an argument. Um, why does the chat keep disconnecting? It's super weird. It's super weird. The chat on my computer is disconnecting. Yeah, three judges, Rakim, Kane, and Cool G Rap. Yeah, the $500,000 challenge. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Spesh saying no crowd is whack. OTA network. I understand why he's on no crowd. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you because it stops being about the talent and it starts being about the fame. And a crowd is never going to be able to fairly assess the two or differentiate between the two. most of these people who would be in the crowd don't believe Spesh has the right to challenge Jada. So having him in the crowd, there's no way that's gonna be fair and even. Period. Like no way. You could try, but what's the format? I don't know. They haven't announced that yet. I don't think they will announce it because I don't think Jada's gonna accept it. You got the legends judging. Yeah, that's it. But I trust them to be. I would trust icons, legends in the game to be fair. I can't. I personally don't trust the crowd to be fair. Not at all. Like not. That's not even a joke. Like, not even funny. Oh damn. You're right. Okay. No, B, you got it. You got it. You got it. I most certainly have not pinned that. You're right. Even though we hit the goal, I'm just going to get in the habit. You're right. She's right. She's right. I got to get better at all of this, according to everybody. Just pin that right here, real quick. Boom. All right. Baseball, what up? Jada will have Special looking like Dipset on. If you got judges, then the crowd don't matter, and I'm sure Rochester will be in the building. Um, Shout out to Swagger. What up, bro? Um, L, what up? Good to see you. You know what? I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. B74, you right. You're right. There's always something to do. Yeah, if it's no crowd, that makes sense. I didn't go further into the announcement. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I just saw the kind of money he was offering to do it, and it was just like I just kind of stopped watching after that because this is getting out of hand. I wonder if he'd have offered Jada $500,000 would Jada had taken it, done the verse then. I'm gonna keep it so real with y'all. This just feels like an industry promise going wrong. I can't say that enough. This just feels like an industry promise going wrong. Jada was in the moment, hyped up the possibility of him, and hyped up the presentation. No, Kevin, it's everybody versus everybody. You know what I mean? Like Jim and Spesh. It's really Spesh versus Jada, and Spesh versus Jim. I couldn't rate that in a way that would have taken less. But L, you don't want me to repeat what my shirt says on this live, especially since I might get in trouble on this live. But I will kind of do that. But I'm not gonna say it out loud. For the record, your fans supporting your work to panhandling. For the record, comparing your fans supporting your work to panhandling is really dumb. Respectfully, I know, I know. Wolf, you gotta let me adjust, bro. I know. My head tells me you're right. My brain tells me you're right. He tried. B. Don't cut him some slack because I wouldn't. I'm not sure I know how to say that either. Um, I understand why he's saying it. And again, Wolf's attempt to find a nuanced way to say it is my attempt is equal to the effort I'm using to find a way to accept the reality of the situation. Try harder. Boom. What up? Yeah, I know, but everybody's right. Everybody's right. And thank you, sugar. Don't. I'm not. Thank you. I appreciate you, sis. Always, and you know that. But no, Wolf. I know you weren't. I know you weren't, which is why I didn't. I'm not. I'm not blacking. Sugar's protective of the room. Sugar's protective of the room. If somebody was coming at your neck like that, Sugar would have did the exact same thing on your behalf. She's protective of the room. You just gotta let that, she that this is Sugar being Sugar. We call her Sugar, but ain't nothing sweet. That's just Sugar being Sugar. You gotta, again, everybody gets grace. Everybody gets grace. Baseball, man, it's me being kind of dumb, respectfully. It's me fighting with my feelings. I'm fighting with, and I can't even figure out what feeling I'm fighting with. That's why we always. But let's get back to the hip hop. Did you see Jim Jones' pause moment with Buster? No, I did not. Was it recent? Pride, Dwayne. Thanks, thanks, nigga. Like, I'm fucking with you. No, I didn't see it, and I'm not gonna hunt it down. I'm still posting clips of Max B. We did a really, really great interview with Max B and his daughter. Let me ask y'all a question. I asked Max, as a dude who makes, and I'm just gonna paraphrase. This is what it isn't exactly how I put it, but I asked Max, as a man who makes, for lack of a better term, very misogynistic music, or is known for his misogynistic style music. Being a ladies' man, I don't know if it's misogynistic, but it's definitely ladies' man. I get a lot of women, you know, et cetera, et cetera. It's a guy who makes that kind of music. For you to have a daughter in the industry, how do you talk to her about what she may experience running to a man who's just like you? Like, how do you get her through that? And I had people jumping in the comment section telling me that question was disrespectful. I don't know how to take that. Dead serious. I have no idea how to take Tiffany Blue. What up? Max B is married and he has a daughter. I think he has other children, but we interviewed him with his daughter. That interview's going up like in a day or two. We interviewed D Dub, $2 super chat. That new rock him as fire dude from another planet. Yeah, he always has been. He always has been. Shout out to you, $2 super chat. He always has been, and what I love is the fact that Ra has not lost a step. Where's the disrespectful? I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out myself. That's a weird question to ask right in front of his daughter. His daughter is 17 years old. When are you planning on asking her? When are you planning on having a conversation with her about a bunch of dudes in the business that she's now entering? Especially you being the kind of guy you have always promoted yourself to be in your music. I didn't understand how the question was being deemed as disrespectful. If you go to it's not a lot of people saying that. It's like maybe three or four, but they all felt like the question was weird and disrespectful. And I didn't understand that. It still doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'll try to put myself in the shoes of folks who who find some kind of objection with what I'm doing. I try to, I'm trying to make sure that I'm good money. yo, I could not for the life of me figure out why these people, how that question was seen as disrespectful or even weird. People were like, "That's." I thought it was just me. That's a super weird. That's a weirdo question to ask. Like, why would you? That's so disrespectful to ask that question right in front of his daughter. Time, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Mac Rashawn, please don't put your feet in any of these brothers' shoes when you are so uniquely special. Thank you. I deeply, sincerely appreciate that sentiment. Thank you. Thank you. How did you ask? Okay. Um, well, I don't know if I can play the audio without getting myself in trouble up here. I'm looking right at it, but I don't know if I can play the audio. Baron Wolf, not to be confused with our Wolf, Baron Wolf said this was a weird ass thing to say to a dad in front of their kid. And 252 people liked it. And then somebody said, Chilvy right after said, I thought it was just me. The F is Buddy on. And then somebody else just agreed. And then maybe the fourth person down said, no, I wouldn't say that. I feel like it's a valid he's speaking for the common listener who internalize these dudes' personas. Of course, we want to hear Max B's take on fatherhood. That's what I thought I was doing. Legend Ask said, I found it rude and disrespectful to be honest. It's a valid question to ask. He ran through women. He asked, how does it feel to, now as a father? It's a good question. Yeah, I just, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I still don't. I'm from New York. New York has always been uniquely different. We always stood on solid ground. Not everybody else. It's not if you understand what I'm saying. I'm from the garage. So King, I get what you're saying. Drop the link. I can do that. I can do that. That's a good idea. Thank you. I never thought to do that, and I can 100% do that. Here you go. That's the link to the. It's on my IG, but that's the link. Thank you. Who said that? Kevin, appreciate you. Thank you very much. And it's just a snippet. The whole joint is about to drop, but tough questions always seem. Somebody just hit me in the super chat. I'm not gonna blow the government name up, but I mean, hit me up on the Cash App. I'm not gonna blow the government name up, but salute to you. Thank you. You know who you are. You raise your hand in here, so I don't shout out your government. I wish there was a way y'all could put your YouTube names in the Cash App so I can shout you out. I don't want to not shout you out. I want to let people know that what you just did. I love that. Um, let's see on the video. Looks like you hit your goal. This looks. Oh no, bro. I have not. I did hit the goal, but I haven't even started. You wait till you see the upgrades. It's been the weather's been super nasty over here the last couple of days. Um, the weather's been super nasty, and I'm not risking going even from the store to the car with a bunch of electronic equipment. Call me excuse me, call me paranoid, but no effing way. I'm not even risking it. The way y'all came through and made this happen, I'm not risking nothing. Like when the day is clear, when the day is clear, I'm making a run. My job is to kick people out, not put up links. Kevin, she's right. She's right. That's literally her only job. And boom. She don't miss. She don't miss. That took no time. Shoba, bye bye for being dumb. That no time. Um I put the link up just if you want to go over and see. I don't know. I try not to take it too far, but journalism is kind of my first thing. That's a lie. But journalism is my career. So whenever I hear that a question is this, and Max didn't take it as disrespect, but sometimes I wonder, how do you even find? I try to connect the logic to the sentiment. Like, how did you find disrespect in that question? I don't have kids, so like maybe 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 there's an angle here I just don't know. Kevin, you good money. You're fine. She knows your heart. But anybody can get it, and we all know that nobody's above reproach. Every 74, Sugar got license. She got carte blanche. She's big sis in the chat. What she wants to do, she can do. If I didn't trust her with that, she wouldn't have it. But she's trustworthy. And you see how she gives it up in here. Like, she really defends us. But we all gotta watch it. Gotta watch your mouth. If I say something to her reckless, she's gonna walk out of here, and I don't know if I'll see her again. And then I'll be like super pissed that I disrespected somebody who held me down the way she does. That would be like, that would hurt my heart. So yeah, even me, that would be her version of deading me, is walking out, and that would hurt my heart. That'd be her sniping me. That would suck. So nah, she gotta stay right up under my left boob, right up under my left titty, right. She gotta be right in this right here. Keep Sugar close. Gotta keep Sugar close. Yes, definitely new music on the way. Looking forward to it. I keep tinkering with the songs that I already have, and I gotta knock that off. I gotta just sit down and start going to town with couple of new. Can I even say this? Can I even say it? Is it premature for me to say it? I got a couple of new announcements coming up, and I want to stop tinkering. Yeah. Do I do music with reggae? No, believe it or not, I only look like I'm from an island. The only island I'm from is New Manhattan, and I was born in Queens. Like, so that don't even count. Like, the closest I get from Jamaica is being from Jamaica, Queens. I don't do anything with reggae. No disrespect to the genre. Do you think there's a distinction between American culture and hip hop culture, or do you agree that hip hop is an American culture? Hip hop is an American culture to an extent, but it belongs to America to the same at the same level that we belong to America, and we've really never been made to feel like Americans, and we don't. We about to spin off into some political shit. It's an American made culture. It was made from African Americans, unique to our experience in this country since we've gotten here. So take from that what you will. Yes, I have T-Mobile. I'm answering all the questions today, and we're not talking about Jada Kiss. How do y'all see this ending? Real question. How do you see this ending? Jada, Jim Jones, Spesh. Who do you think had the better podcast? Jim or Jada? I think the topics go a little wider range on Jim's part on Let's Rap About It. But there are four dudes compared to two dudes. Do you think 38 Special could have hit harder? Yes, Kraft. Yes, I do. I also think he's capable of hitting harder, which is what Uncle Pong was in here a little while. I think it was Uncle Pong. 8 bars. I think these bars were to get people to engage. And seeing this out, like I think these were basically light taps to get them to engage. Dead ass. I do think he can hit harder. I think these were just, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Do something about it. 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 I think that's what chessmate, fool's mate. I think that's what that was. I think each pod has their own unique energy because everyone has different personalities. I completely agree. At this point, it's just a matter of what you like. It's just a matter of what you like. I find merit in something dope in all of them, and everybody's pod has something. Even if it's something you're not digging, everybody got something popping. Peace, Mac. Spesh was kind of corny. You say Jim not lyrical enough, yet you spent 90% of the song dissing him and his lady cornball move. Well, well, King Jack the Ripper. I completely get where you coming from, Jack the Ripper. Great name, by the way. Shout out to LL Cool J. It was 90% a diss to him because he's dissing Jim. I felt it was divvied up the way it should have been. I think Jim is the one he has like an issue with on some like, yo, would you shut the fuck up? Mind your business. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody ask you nothing. Shut up. And I think that's why Jim got, Jim was the first one to take the bait. Jim was the first one to jump out, get on some, you ain't even got enough money for me to be addressing you. That's an insult. So, you apply a hammer to that. Um, but yeah, to me it just looks. I don't really think he's mad at Jada to an extent. If I'm being 100, it feels to me like he's more disappointed in Jada than anything. Let me tell you what I think happened. For everybody who wasn't here the last time I said it, let me tell you what I think happened. If you go watch the Bag Fuel interview, shout out to S.O. Heineken in Space. If you go watch the Bag Fuel interview, Spesh is very specific about a situation that had, and for this to not be true, you have to call Spesh liar, and I need to see somebody else come out and refute his version of things, right? Jimmy is an asshole. My boy who worked at Cash got stories about it. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you what I believe happened. I think there's a such thing as I think there's a such oh wait Israel elite for life. Israel elite for life. I'm gonna answer your question in a second. But this may actually answer your question. Let me tell you what I think happened. Go back and you listen to the 38 special, and if you listen to the whole thing all the way through, he talks about a situation where he met up with Jada. Jada made it a point to address the entire thing. When I say the entire thing, I'm talking about him having a better verse on that record than Jada Kiss. Jada addressed it, brought it up, and said, "Fuck it, let's do 5 of them and make an EP." And exchange numbers, gave him his number to set the record up, to set the recording process up. I think what happens is Spesh is still a baby when it comes to the ways of the industry, when it comes to the nuances and the subtleties and how people give it up. I think what happened is Jada probably said that. Spesh, being who he is, being young in the business, in the industry, not necessarily the business, but in the industry, which are two different things. Spesh being young in the industry didn't understand industry talk. Me specifically, somebody like that says something to me about doing something like that, I need to, we have to start. I'm not excited about it until we get started because I've heard those kinds of promises before. Promises. Everybody keeps saying Jada don't owe him nothing. Jada don't owe him nothing. It's not about that. If you listen to the story, if Jada walks up and says, "Yo, let's do an EP," if you're an artist on Specialist level, you start planning your whole next year around something like that. You start putting money to the side. You start doing as many beats as you can. You start really lining that up because that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. I personally have a feature on a really dope album, and the album didn't drop when I thought it was going to. But I started lining things up because for someone like me, that's a big deal. If you're someone like 38 Special, a guy like Jada, who's a godfather in your lane, tells you that you're going to do an EP, you yeah, that's something you get excited about. And if you're from the streets and block morals and you still have that kind of mentality, not that it's terrible, but you still have the mentality of a guy who's not in the industry. You haven't been institutionalized yet as far as the industry is concerned. When someone tells you that they're gonna do something, you take them at your word. Not to mention the fact that Spesh has already had experiences with people from Jada's class, and he's gotten those collabs. Those collabs got done. Method Man, Busta Rhymes, those collabs got done, and they're both from Jada's class. Those collabs got done. So what happens when you meet with somebody like Jada who tells you that you're gonna do something, especially if you look up to the artist, especially you speak to the person before creating a diss track. Wait, hear me out because I'm gonna address that too. When you hear somebody saying something like "We're gonna do X, Y, Z, A, B, and C, 1, 2, and 3," and then the calls don't come through, or you start reaching out to do whatever, and they're not answering, and they're not replying back to you, and this is something they said they were gonna do, and now they're not answering the phone, or you put money on the table and the replies are not coming back through. When and then the next thing you hear, and this is where I'm speculating. The next thing you hear, I can only tell you what he said on the show and then speculate. The next thing you hear, we don't have the verse done. We don't have any of the we don't have a song finished. But the very next thing I see is you at your show, lightweight making fun of me in this song called Aroma, with other legends. And you're kind of clowning me. Is this about a verse or is this about a career? Like you're kind of clowning me a little bit, and everybody's jumping around laughing. And I still got my heart on my sleeve and my chest poked out because I'm kind of new here. Special guy watched the Martin episode when Varnell Hill told Martin to come to Hollywood. You get where I'm going with this. You get one. But what did Cole say? We from Detroit. Maybe that's how they talk in Hollywood, but we from Detroit. We don't talk like that. I think what happened is in the moment when they met up, Jada was down, and as the maybe he was inspired, but I don't know if he ever really had intentions to do it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but it's irrelevant now. And I'll tell you something else. After a while, not speaking to people, you get embarrassed to reach back out. Now, do I think Spesh handled it wrong? And I can give you that because I wouldn't have handled it that way. But I know this business I know this industry very well. I know the music industry very well. I've heard people hype something up and then nothing comes from it. I've seen that, and they be super excited and tell you, "Salute, CJ." Um, I've seen people, you know, hype up something. Hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And when it doesn't happen, you just kind of sitting there stuck, like, yo, I thought we was doing X, Y, Z, and they don't really give you a no. That's another frustrating part about it. They don't actually just come out and say no. They don't say anything, and that's tough to take. But why address it there at the show? Because he's young in this business. He's young in this business. He's young and he's a bit immature in the industry. I don't want to keep saying the business because he's fully functional in the music business. 38 is one of these guys with multiple streams of income generated around his music and outside of his music. Business wise, the business of making music, 38 is not young. He is a vet. The industry, the music industry, no, he's not a young person, but he's young in experience. He's young in experience, which makes you young, period. He doesn't have experience in the industry like that. I can hear it in the way he talks. I can see it in the things he does. He it's a bit reckless. It's a guy who just got here and doesn't necessarily have like the table manners. So he's gonna eat with the closest fork to him. He's not gonna take the right fork to eat this meal with. He's not gonna use the right spoon. He's gonna use what he's got. It's a spoon. I'm eating. Done deal. Well, life hasn't taught him. Music industry life is different. You got to learn to not take things personal. Most of it's not personal, and that's a rough lesson in the beginning. You got to learn that them gassing the situation and hyping the situation, hyping up an opportunity that doesn't come through. Oh man, you got to learn to not take that personal. And I know the difference between people from the block and people from the industry. People from the block take a lot of industry things personal. They feel like most of it's personal. You sign a bad contract, that dude from the block is liable to try and kill you because he thinks you did it to him on purpose. He doesn't understand that this is just how you do business. He thinks you did that to him specifically right now. You had it out. You don't know him. You don't know him. But Mac, are they cool like homies or not? And here we have another nuance. Maybe Spesh thought they were cooler than they were. Maybe he thought they were cooler than they were, which is another industry thing. The difference between a friend and an associate. The difference between a friend and a peer. Yeah, it's different. I'm trying to tell you, yo, my job working as a consultant with artists, a lot of what I do is disillusioning artists from what they believe it to be to what it actually is. A lot of the job. is explaining to them just because you think it goes that way doesn't make it so. That's not reality. That's what you think it is. And then they'll tell me something along the lines of they'll tell me something along the lines of, well, that's such and such said in this interview. He's not telling you the truth. He just gave you the second version of the story. But he didn't give you the version of the story. Unfortunately, he just told you the part that sounds good. The artist who's giving you that information in that interview, he may not even know what it really is. That's why he may not know. He may not know how many strings had to get pulled, how many meetings had to be taken, how many emails had to be sent. He just thinks somebody stepped to him because he's just dope and he's that dude, and that's why he got the opportunity. He may not know what the hoops his manager jumped through and the favors that are now owed for him to get that look. It's deeper than rap. I try not to gas it, but the maneuvers you have to go through in this business, most artists have no idea how they got where they are. That you hear them tell it, they're just super nice, and this was destiny, and they just got it. They're that dope, so people just wanted to rock with them. You show them a list of the emails that had to be sent back and forth to get them in that specific position, they'll never believe it. It sounds crazy. And it bothers the story. The ego doesn't want to accept that this is how it went. As an artist, your ego tells you that you got this look because you're just that dope. You rarely see the hard work that went into getting you that look, which is why when artists blow up and swap their entire teams out, you got rid of the people who really believed in you, but it only happened because you didn't really see the work that went in to your vision that got you where you are. You never actually saw it. And maybe to their failure, they didn't tell you what it really took for you to get this look. They don't want to spoil your cool factor. They don't want to damage your aura, so they don't tell you. Yo, this took hours, bro. We had to give them something. They didn't just throw money at you. We owe them down the line. We had to sign something. That's why some of those deals we have in sticker shock. You get the contract back and see what you owe. And you thought this was all just because you were so dope, and now you're looking at it and it's like, oh, hold on, I owe what to who? How much? I didn't just get this off the arm. No, Playboy, and that they spaz out. Oh, I got jerked. Your ego got you thinking that. That was never reality, and there are a hundred different examples of situations happening like that. And what I believe we're looking at when it comes to Spesh and Jada specifically, I believe Spesh ran into an industry promise. If his version of the story is true, I believe he ran into an industry promise, and here we are. He felt disrespected because he's not used to industry promises. He's used to people saying something and then doing it. So when he gets hit with an industry promise, it feels disrespectful. It feels minimizing. It feels really like being disregarded. It's borderline humiliating. So when I see people talk about all this because he didn't get the verse back in time, that's not it. That's not it. And when you're that indie, you really like a look with Jada is a big look. Him telling you gonna do a full EP, bro. That's a deal. I'm not even in that lane, but if Jada said he was gonna do an EP with me, I'd lose it. I start writing my best shit. I'd have like 10 songs worth of bars, all bar work, just hoping I could keep up with God. And then when it don't, and of course you're gonna tell people, yo, Jada just said blah 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 blah. And then he stopped answering the phone. And again, I'm speculating. I'm speculating across the board. I'm gonna get 38. Excuse me. I'm gonna get 38 back in the chair. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna see how close to reality my theory lands. But I do think he took. I do think I think he took it too far. I think maybe he assumed there was a level of familiarity between him and Jada that wasn't really there. Um, okay, Mac, I'm tired of holding my tongue, and I know it was 20 years ago, but people loved 50 when he dropped How to Rob and was dissing everyone, but now we have a problem with Spesh. Okay, we saw that as a gimmick. We saw that as a gimmick, and 50's audacity was a part of his gimmick. He came out the door dissing people who had more status than him. That was a gimmick. That was a straight up and down gimmick. How to rob. This is a little bit more. He didn't have any expectation or any. There was no sign of him working with the people that he dissed. Notice he didn't diss anybody that he actually ended up working with. I mean, that he actually was working with to get in the door. He didn't diss Eminem, but Eminem don't really wear jewelry. And it was funny, like people just some people took it seriously. I remember Pun had a line. I hope you got your nut off because when I catch, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. Like I remember Pun didn't take it as yeah, King Jack shock value in the getting the game it was basically trolling before trolling. Seth, he did get a lot of pushback. That's also correct. What do you think about Dave East taking Special off his album? That was I'm not sure how to feel about that. We're gonna try and have a conversation with East too. I'm gonna ask him about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, but he's dissing Jim, and Jim is your man, so you take his sides. He's dissing Jim. Jim is your man. You take sides. You pick a side. He picked a side. That's his podcast partner, and I'm assuming his friend outside of the podcast. And he just showed you whose side he's on. He picked a side. Yep, keep tunnel vision, and when people promise you things, you say, okay, cool, and think nothing of it unless it actually happens. Feelings is the last thing to have in the industry. You are absolutely right. B, we all know what side you want. You're on our side. You're on our side. Same as I'm on yours. You're on our side. But yeah, welcome to the life, man. Like I'm sure 38 weighed his options before responding. I doubt he reacted on pure emotion. I don't think it was all emotion, but I definitely think there was some in there. Butter Jones, yes, yes, we hit the goal. Give or take like taxes or whatever, but yes, by and large, we hit the goal. I'm going shopping as soon as the weather clears out. I'm gonna come in here. I can't wait to pull up in here with a big ass shopping bag full of the stuff that I brought. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Then I got to start learning how to use it all. But man, listen. And then the next thing I'm gonna get, like the next thing I'm gonna get is a camera. I'm setting this up, but right now, just like the recording equipment and like a better microphone and all that good stuff, I'm getting off. We need an unboxing too. I'm with you, Jones. I'm with you. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's even gonna be the title of the episode. We're gonna do a big ass unboxing of everything I was able to cop, strictly off the or off you guys, like strictly off of me reinvesting back in channel. We gonna do an unboxing, dead ass. Dead ass, we doing that. Butter Jones, thank you. Great idea. We doing that. We doing that. Nah, that because this stuff is this stuff is courtesy of the support from the channel. I thought it was automatic back. I actually hadn't thought about it, but right now, Sugar, all I can think about is just going to get the stuff. Like, I had a list. I'm just thinking about going to get the stuff. After that, I hadn't thought any further than how to bring it home and dodge this janky ass weather I'm dealing with in New York. It rains, and then it drizzles, and then the sky opens up, and there's like flooding all over the place. I'm not risking nothing. Until I see all clear in the sky, I'm not going to get nothing electronic. Miss me with that. It's wild out there. But man, listen, I can't wait to bring this stuff home. I can't wait to bring this stuff home. You usually unbox with your followers. You know, you're right. Again, it's not that I don't do it. It's I hadn't thought about it with this thing. I just hadn't thought about it. But yeah, no, absolutely. I'm sure I would have come up with it, but nah. Shout out to Butter Jones. I got to give him credit because he was the one that mentioned it, and it just, take us shopping with you too. That may not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea at all. That might not be a bad idea at all. Like maybe, hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Go in and oh hey, I'm gonna see what's up with that. Yeah. I mean, bare minimum. I'm coming home and I'm saving the unboxing for the channel. Bare minimum. So even if I can't pull it off, but I gotta see what's up with that. That could work. That could be fire. But stop. I got the rides. I'm just want to figure out the mechanics of making this happen. No, that's a good idea. The unboxing definitely has happened, but so thank you. The unboxing is 100% a thing, but no, that's great idea. Great idea. Great idea. But yes, on topic, I think this entire thing is just, and you have to remember, and I guess I'm shooting 38 so much bail because it's not hard to put myself in his shoes. I see with, people who are OGs start like clowning you and taking little shots at you, and you feel like you're being, kind of brushed off as little man. Meanwhile, you've been making so much money in the business that these industry cats are now trying to play you just seems unfathomable. Like how dare you? Are you out of your mind? Y'all talk money, 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 money. Meanwhile, I make money. Like if money is what gets you a seat at the table, how dare you disrespect me who has built his own table? And yeah, but I do believe he got a little. I think his emotions were involved, and he did some things that I wouldn't do. Dead ass. He did some things that I wouldn't do. Now, if you're gonna unbox with us, we don't need to see the purchases. Kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, okay. Well, the unboxing is definitely gonna happen, and Sugar is down to see the shopping. So if I can figure that out, the only hitch in that plan, the only hitch is that the guitar center that I'm going to, I don't know if they're all like, I don't know if the layout of every guitar center is the same. The one that I'm gonna go to in Union Square, all the guitars and like the instruments are upstairs. And if I remember correctly, all the audio equipment, like where I'm gonna be shopping at, is all downstairs. And downstairs there's like damn near no signal. Every time I go down there and try to get it popping, I remember being down there a couple of times. It's like no signal. That might be the only hitch. But that was a while ago. They may have fixed it between point A and point. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna see what's up. The Kane verse was done in February. Yeah, I found that out. The only one shot he took at Jada was this about a verse or is this about a career? And the answer to that question is this is about a verse. It's not about a career. Am I gonna get a soundboard too? Is that on my list? I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'm not sure if I need one, but I'll let you know. I got the list. It's just not sitting in. Is it? Is it? I don't think I put it in this one. Shout out to Gusso NYC from a little custom. This is not custom, but this fire ass. No. The camera's in here. The Sony 6700 50mm lens. The camera's in here, but the recording equipment's not. On a different. It's in a different list. Because his actions seemed emotional doesn't necessarily mean they aren't strategic. I think it's more along. I hear you, and you're not wrong. But I think it's more along the lines of he had an emotional reaction to what was happening, and now he's instead of tucking his tail, which was the only alternative, he's just decided to capitalize on it. Ha! Smooth chillers. Well, I'm glad you found me, bro. Been right here all this time. Salute. Thank you for pulling up. And I'm here every day around 5, 6 o'clock. I go live. We talk hip hop. Pull up. This is exactly where you need to be. Welcome to Garage. Shout out to all the mechanics in here. Yes, B74 is definitely a mic on the list, as well as the stand. That I got. I'm telling you. Let the weather clear. Let the weather clear. All the that last 15 was, I believe, the mic, the laptop, and like maybe one other thing. The new laptop. Yeah. The new laptop is like the last thing I'm gonna go purchase, and I'm gonna get that from I'm gonna go over to Best Buy and get that, or maybe straight to Apple. I'll figure it out, but I'm probably just gonna go straight to Best Buy and get that. Baby Grace, salute, thank you. Welcome to the building. Welcome to the building. Again, I will be here tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'm gonna let y'all shake the spot. I don't know how this is gonna end between Jada and it. Like, I don't know if it's just gonna go away. If Jada takes a shot, Special is gonna react. If Jim takes a shot, Special is gonna react. I think Spesh has kind of put down the gauntlet. My favorite rock band of all time is the Jimi Hendrix Experience. I think Spesh is and a group called Juggernaut War Party. Two favorites. I think Spesh has thrown down the gauntlet, and at the end of the day, I just kind of want to see how this ends. As long as everybody keeps it rap, I noticed Fab staying out of it. Yeah, as he should. But we'll see what happens. In the meantime, in between time, brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, buoyants and blisters, I'd like to thank y'all for pulling up to the garage, home to the worldwide mechanics. I'm the lead mechanic, Mech Rashawn. As always, likes, hype, and subs is the fastest way to show your boy love. In the meantime, I will be back here tomorrow, 5 o'clock, going live like we always do at this time to talk some good old-fashioned hip-hop. Maybe we'll discuss this whole Bleak Yayo situation, but it's not a lot of music in it, so I doubt it. But we'll see what happens. Please go enjoy your day. Please be safe out in this bitch. Hang up your coveralls, hang up your tool belt. Let's get this thing off the rack and see where we at. Hit that little alarm bell so you know when I'm pulling up. You can pull up with me. Next trip, I'm trying to get Gat up here so we can have another party like we did before. Making Gat Show, the official podcast of World Star. Yeah, it's happening. And if I'm not mistaken, two, maybe three big announcements on the way. I'll put y'all on as soon as I know. Um, yeah, let's talk about it. Everybody be safe. Y'all have the best ones. Be blessed. And the garage is now officially closed for the evening. Y'all be good. Peace.